All right, good morning. It is morning. I am Bill Snodgrass and I'm doing a Photoshop tutorial. I'm calling this the Hot Coffee Challenge. The Hot Coffee Challenge. Can I edit a photo in the amount of time it takes for this coffee to cool down to the drinkable temperature? Let's get started. I have already opened Photoshop because if I didn't, we would be here for a while. This is a picture. I did not take this. The photographer was one of the photography club kids. The model brought me this picture and said, will you edit this? I would like to use this. I think she said Instagram. I'm assuming Instagram. We're going for a square. Step one, I'm gonna make this thing into a square. I'm gonna make it into a square. So first I will do file. I'm gonna crop it a little bit. I think I'm gonna end up with something roughly like that, something close like that. I'll back it off just a little bit. And I'm going extra to the right. Image crop. Image canvas size. Now this is where I'm going to bring it in. I'm switching to pixels. 4,000 is the number. I want to pull everything to the left. 4,000. Okay. Proceed. And I'm going with that. It's a little bit too much headroom for my taste. So now it's gonna get dicey. I'm gonna pull it down this way. I'm gonna do like 3,500 by 3,500. Image canvas size. And pull it down so that everything goes to the bottom left. Proceed. I'll take it. Next, I'm gonna open the camera raw filter. Camera raw filter. Camera raw filters will work with anything inside the Photoshop application as well as camera raws. First I'm going to go down to the dehaze button and see what that does. Brings out a little bit more contrast. We'll go with that. I think we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna drop the blacks, not that much. And I think I'm done. Going over to whatever this Christmas tree. I call it the Christmas tree. I'm sure that's not what the right. Details and noise reduction. I feel like whoever the photographer was, either my contracts are really messed up or this is a little bit out of focus. So I'm gonna sharpen it just a little, 25 or 30. And then I've gotten in the habit of just dropping a little of the noise reduction, probably in the 15 range on pictures just out of cause. And I'm gonna hit return. That brings that back in. Next stop is healing brush. I feel like we're not gonna need a lot of healing because of let's see about that. I like my healing brush size to be about a little bit, maybe 25% bigger than the thing I'm healing. I generally use the context aware healing brush. Yeah, I had the wrong brush. Coffee's getting cold. Let's take, I don't know if that's the lack of focus becomes a little more apparent at this range. I'm actually at 100%. It's not terribly out of focus. Not really sure who shot it. It was photography club students did this while I was doing some other things. So, all right, I'm gonna call that done. Go back to view, actual view fit on screen. Where is that? You'd be amazed how hard it is to know where all the things are while you're talking about all the things. I'm not really sure. Last thing I'm gonna do, filter. I'm gonna Portrait Pro this. I just wanna mess with the lighting a little bit. I'll let it tweak the skin just a little, but mostly I wanna attend to the lighting. Portrait Pro is a plugin from Authentic, I don't know. I always say it wrong. Portrait Pro plugin. It is going to look for faces. It will find the face. See how hot this is. Oh, I can tell. I didn't even get it to my lips. It's sippable. We're down to sippable. Female, yes indeed, female. Click that. Now it's going to apply a default set of filters. I'm not going to spend an awful lot of time getting all the control points set. I am going to tweak the eyebrows. Everything else looks like it will be sufficient because I'm really not doing a whole lot with the plugin. So the picture is being enhanced. So the Portrait Pro plugin runs to all of its logic on all of the control points. And I am going to, so that's the default improvement, the before and after of the picture. Yeah, I just feel like I don't want to sculpt her face. She is the client. She is the model. I don't want to change her face. Skin smoothing, I'm going to turn that down just a little. I'm going to go like 25. She has pretty good skin to start with. Makeup off. Eyes I'll come back to. Mouth off. Picture off. Picture off. Eyes. I'm going to jump in on the eyes. One thing I really do like to do on pretty much everything I edit, I like to sharpen the eyes a little bit. I'm not going to sharpen the eyebrows, and I'm gonna work on the inner catch lights. I just want them to be a little more prominent. This is obviously a preference thing. Pupil, remove pupil reflection, wrong button. Add reflection, opacity 23, 20, let's go 50. I want a medium dot, 1 dot medium, and I think I'm going to go 1 dot large. Yep, so it actually is right where I want it to be. I can nudge that reflection. I'm going to go ahead and make that reflection 100% so that we can see exactly where it is. It is right there. I'm going to bring it up and to the left just a little bit. In Portrait Pro, left is left of the screen, not left of the model. So I am moving it back to the wrong eye. Right, I'm moving it back to the left just a little bit. I'm using the arrow keys, and I'm going to move it up, wow, until it just enhances the catch light that's already there. This one needs to go up into there. So left horizontal, I want it to go to the right just a little bit, and then I want it to go up just a little bit. Go to fit. You really can't even tell that anything was done. And I am closing the eye tool. This is the one I really wanted to do with, was the lighting tool. I can put the light wherever I want it. I just felt like the lighting was a little harsh, so I'm going to try to counter some of that harshness by putting the software light, and then I'm going to tweak the settings. The amount of contrast, I'm not trying to create a big shadow, I just want a nice subtle improvement on this side of the light. So instead of having the darker shadows on the model's right, I want to just soften that out a little bit with a little more balance. And then I'm going to put a little contrast into her eyes. I don't use this very often, but I just feel like for some reason the way they set the lights up, and they did this all by themselves, the way they set the lights up, I just feel like we lost some of the contours and contrast. Pout is the shadow under the model's lip, and nose is fine. I have the kick option, and left kick would add like the emphasis back that I took out. I am going to put a little bit of that back in on the left side, except I'm going to put it on the right side where it is screen right, not models right. And changed my mind. All right, I'm gonna call lighting done. This is without lighting, and this is adding the lighting in. And I feel like we have just softened that enough to call this done. Now I'm going to picture, and I'm gonna turn that back on. I'm gonna throw a vignette on here. Not a whole lot has been added or adjusted to the picture, and I'm going to go down into the Vignette Tool. The first thing I do is set hardness to 100. That lets me see exactly where the vignette is, and then the radius is here, and this is the intensity of the fade. Vertical and horizontal offset, I want it to come back just a little. And move it up just a couple of things. Now I'm going to set my hardness back to something reasonable, like something like that. Vignette, turn that down to something like 40. Make it just a little bit bigger. And return to Photoshop. Return from plugin. Ladies and gentlemen, we have before the plugin, after the plugin, and the original, final. I think I'm done. That is a quick workflow process with a student taking photo of a student. I have the release for this model. And all that on file. Hope this was helpful. I'm a big fan of photography, big fan of Photoshop, and a big fan of Portrait Pro version 18 is what I'm using right now. It is the current version. If this was helpful, please click the like button, set up notifications, sign up for notifications. How about if you sign up for notifications, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, question, or a suggestion. That is all for this episode. And it's still just that much too hot for me, but it's all right. I can drink it, and it's good coffee. See you in the next episode.